G'day Mitch, how are you mate?
Good.
Good. Are you ready to go?
It's a big day for Mitch Williams.
Good. How you guys going?
Yeah. All right.
At 14 years old, he's nervously awaiting surgery to save his leg. And this is the man who will do it, Dr. Richard Boyle.
I have never seen anything like it, and I never ever thought that anything like that could be possible. But technology, huh? Technology these days.
Mitch is about to turn a corner in his cancer journey. He's getting a brand new prosthetic knee. The metal implant is able to grow as Mitch grows.
So you can see this stem part here, it goes up inside the bone, all right? And then this is the part here that has the growing mechanism in it.
This story blew my mind from the beginning because not only was Mitch just a little legend, and his parents, but the doctors behind that technology and what Richard Boyle is doing for young kids with cancer is incredible.
Usually the first thing when they come into the room, they don't necessarily hear that they've got a diagnosis of cancer. Mum and Dad are sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, it's cancer, is he going to survive? The kid's sitting there thinking, oh, am I going to be able to ride my skateboard next week? So we can say to them, you're going to keep your leg.
Mitch, I met him on the morning he was going in for surgery. So it was only a few months before I met him that he was having some pain in his leg. And he loves his AFL. Him and Dad always kicking the AFL ball, and he had a pain. And obviously with cancer diagnosis, it's how it happens. You know, they go from being absolutely normal kids to suddenly a world of appointments and chemo, and you know, and he was nervous, but he just took it all in his stride, Mitch.
Mentally, you just got to prepare yourself for these type of things, and you just got to know that you will get out of hospital eventually, and this will all be over. So you just got to keep your mind on the positive things.
We went into the surgery with Dr. Boyle, and Dr. Boyle inside the surgery showed us the implant, and it was one of those stories where you say, go home and hug your kids, because you just watched this young family go through this. And it was gut-wrenching, but their strength was incredible.
If all goes to plan, you will hardly be able to tell there was ever anything wrong with Mitch's leg. For a teenager already facing so much uncertainty, it's an incredible gift.
Good girl. Good job. I feel that leg working.
This is Eve, 3 years after Dr. Boyle trialled the growing prosthetic in her leg, and since then has kept her growing millimetre by millimetre using a magnet.
She was far more down the track of her recovery. She was able to play basketball, and she was able to live that normal life that Dr. Richard Boyle is aiming and wants to give kids. She couldn't run yet though, but she was on her way. So it was important in that process of that story to show the different journeys, the different parts of the journey for different children.
Today, it's 13-year-old Max Nielsen's turn to do some growing.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing a little bit of growing, aren't we? Wowee, look at this. We got to actually be there when Max's leg was going to be grown, I guess is how you put it. And again, Max had been through that same journey as well, but was at a different point of his journey.
Make sure it's all the way in so that the gearbox is centred.
Once powered up, the magnetic coil in the machine connects with a magnet inside Max's prosthesis. It begins to unwind and lengthen his leg.
They measured it up and said, oh, you need to grow by 2 centimetres today, and put his leg into the magnet, and then it would grow. And yeah, it was incredible. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You look good.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Yeah.
Still getting used to the new knee and everything.
It's a brand new knee.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
When you're dealt such a horrible card, to be able to have access to such world-class technology, and that will give your child a normal life, which I think would become so important to a parent going through that. It's important to acknowledge when such incredible work is happening in the community, and to show the difference it's making to those young lives. and to the lives of their families as well.
You will get over it. They will fix you up, and it may be tough at the time, but in a year's time or in 2 years' time, it'll all be over and you can have a normal life again, which is the best part.
I did get a phone call, sadly, to say that Mitch had passed away. His cancer had come back and he'd passed away. And it was gut-wrenching to hear that he'd lost his battle with cancer. But people like Dr. Richard Boyle are making it the best it can be for kids like Mitch. And if they're lucky to survive, then he's making them have a normal life, and that's wonderful.